Welcome back, witches.
Make fun of me. Don't make fun of me and my clever intros. What's up, psychos? Welcome back to another episode of Arsenic and Espresso, a podcast where we rarely drink coffee, but we always talk about metal music. I'm your host, Alice Arsenic. This is my co-host, Josh, and tonight we are reacting to more Ice Nine Kills.
I'm so pumped for this one. Yeah. So we actually reacted to the correct video first. We kind of just rolled the dice and picked one. And now we get part 2 in the series. I guess these videos aren't...
They're not as tightly knit as
but there is an order.
The silverscream. But there is an order.
Guess we can just get into the video?
Yeah, we're going to be reacting to Hell in the Hallways, which is based off Carrie, another one of my top favorite horror films ever.
It's so good.
I'm very excited because I love both the original and the remake of Carrie. I thought they were both spectacular.
Make sure you hit the like button before you watch the rest of the video, just in case you don't like it. And subscribe so you don't miss out on anything else. We're going to be putting out a few more Halloween videos before Halloween. And of course, we'll probably be putting out more videos after Halloween too, which is that's kind of
what we're doing these days.
Our thing. So, all right, let's get into this video. You ready?
Yes, now I am.
Oh, so now he's older.
10 years later.
Ah, called it.
Animal Farm was one of those books.
Hey, Kevin.
Hey, Christine.
So I was thinking if you don't have a date for prom. As if, weirdo.
What? You give photos of dirty old men in your books, you freak?
Give it back.
Or what?
Loser.
Kids are assholes.
They are.
I hate them.
Especially adults that look like kids.
Mr. Torrance,
What?
let's go.
I think I have that same jacket.
His name was Torrance, and I think Jack Torrance, and I think The Shining. She's called him Mr. Torrance.
Listen, I'm sorry your kid's a bitch. If we're done here, I have to go think about the game.
Shut your mouth and listen. Your freshman year, you were a real role model for the kids around here. Did all that quarterback shit go to your head? If I told Coach King about the hell you put Kevin through in these hallways, you wouldn't be playing in any game, championship or not, period.
You can't do that.
Bitch, yes,
I
you can.
And I will. I want this finished by the end of first period.
The whole thing?
Meet me in my office.
Read fast.
Nice. Okay, so I was curious to see how they were going to adapt it, if they were going to make it about the teacher's kid,
Yeah.
right, instead. But they're not. It's still about Carrie.
Yeah.
So
I also keep saying that they're my favorite movies, and I know that these are based off the books, not the movies, and I haven't read the books, but whatever.
still our favorite movie.
Still our favorite movies.
Wait for the drop.
Oh! Oh!
This one's interesting. I don't know if it's just the way they filmed the video or not, but I know in Silver Scream, the guitarist,
He goes by like JD or J.
yeah, he does a lot of the more like the deeper growls. But what it seemed like here is that he was doing the higher screams, and that Spencer was doing the deeper growls, at least in the beginning.
And then they swapped.
Yeah. Yeah. So I just think that's cool that they
They're
did both.
interchangeable.
Yeah. Really neat.
Lost, a girl no one saved with blood on her face. Maybe now they'll remember the girl that they crossed, they'll never contain, and no one is safe. Maybe now they'll remember living happily ever after, came crashing from the rafters. She knew she wasn't meant to wear their crooked crown, but look who's laughing now.
Oh, that was good blood. Once again, they have a catchy chorus.
Like so beyond
Like,
catchy.
It is.
Yes.
They are the king of the catchy choruses. And I love it.
And I love it.
I love it. Ooh. The fade out.
I can tell by the look on your face, this gave you a lot to think about. Do you know it's based on a true story? Well, good luck at the game.
Guys, let him go.
Thanks, Mom. Hell yeah.
Carrie White.
Did not
Nice.
expect that. That was awesome. And right at the very end, when the girl was leaving the school, she walked out just like Sissy Spacek in the original Carrie.
Yeah.
Just like with her arms kind of out by her side, like
Mhm.
kind of panicking. And
Yeah.
it's a very iconic scene. Love that they did that.
Yeah. They did a really good job with this one again.
This was this was so
This was
good.
good.
It's always surprising to So I mean, we discovered Ice Nine Kills recently. Like this is new for us. I don't know. Had you listened to them before?
Not at
No.
all.
So pretty much you guys seeing us react to them on our channel, that is the only time we've ever listened to them. So their newest music is what we have heard, and that's it. And so it's always really interesting to go back to bands' older stuff and it be just as good.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, this is equally as good as Silverscream so far.
Yeah.
I'm interested to see what else they have on this record.
Me too. And I think there's what, 2 more videos? 1 or 2?
1 or 2 more, for sure.
Yeah. One of them is the one based off Animal Farm, so that should be interesting.
That should be
Is it
kind
just
of crazy.
Animal Farm? That might be it. That might be
it.
the only
I think
other one.
I think there's a trilogy. Right? That was they were saying that there's a trilogy of videos. And then there's a couple other videos, or maybe just one other video, but it doesn't have anything to do with the like story. I think something that's overplayed in like horror films and cinema right now is the whole like innocent girl develops telekinetic powers.
Oh my god.
And is a badass.
Not even in a horror. It's in like
every sci-fi. I mean, 11, right? I mean, you could just list tons and tons of them. I can't think of them right now because that's not where my head's at. But I mean, it's all over the place, right? Is Carrie the first one of those, or?
So Stephen King's novel was originally published April 5th, 1974.
A while back.
And I feel like simply based off other things that were coming out during that time, like in the horror world, it was monsters and it was big scary gremlins and ghouls and stuff.
Yeah, this wasn't.
It wasn't
this
little
really been done
sophomores in
before.
high school. Yeah. So if it wasn't the first, it was one of the first at least. His books were very innovative for the times that they were written in. So, Hell in the Hallways by Ice Nine Kills. You ready?
Right, I'm ready.
Okay. Ostracized and terrorized, the outcast knows no way to survive. Plagued by fear, year after year, her cries for help fell on deaf ears. Forever unknown and so alone, where the hell in the hallways always feels like home. The girl that was lost, the girl no one saved, with blood on her face, maybe now they'll remember her name. The girl that they crossed, they'll never contain, and no one is safe, maybe now they'll remember her name. Stepped on like shit and drowned in their spit, they tore her world apart for their own benefit. But they can't hold back the certain wrath of a pissed-off prom queen psychopath. The girl that was lost, the girl no one saved, with blood on her face, maybe now they'll remember her name. The girl that they crossed, they'll never contain, and no one is safe. Maybe now they'll remember her name. When happily ever after came crashing from the rafters, she knew she wasn't meant to wear their crooked crown.
Like
but
that
look
part.
who's laughing now.
That was a perfect foreshadowing for the video. I thought that was really good.
And now the moment you've all been waiting for, your Bates High prom queen for 1976 is Carrie White. Covered in blood, they called it good, clean fun, but now her mind is a weapon that they can't outrun. When rivals attack, the school's spirit strikes back. The girl that was lost, the girl no one saved, with blood on her face. Maybe now they'll remember her name. The girl that they crossed, they'll never contain, and no one is safe. Maybe now they'll remember her name. When happily ever after came crashing from the rafters, she knew she wasn't meant to wear their crooked crown. But look who's laughing now, look who's laughing now. But look who's laughing now, but look who's laughing now, look who's laughing now.
This one was a lot more straightforward than others, I feel. Communion of the Cursed, some of the tracks off of the Silverscream, I feel like had a whole lot more that was kind of like hidden in the lyrics, or you wouldn't catch the first time through. But I felt like this one, it was pretty easy to catch all the references and everything first time through. But it's good writing, catchy chorus, and I don't know, they just keep putting out good music.
They do. And like I've said through all of our Ice Nine Kills reactions, it will never cease to amaze me that they can write music based off cult favorites, whether it's books or film. That's not satirical. That's not
hokey or anything.
Yeah. That doesn't sound like they're making fun of it. And it's really enjoyable to listen to. Enjoyable to listen to. I will say I love having started with their newest stuff and then going back and hearing how Spencer's vocals and the band's sound has stayed the same but matured, like become refined.
Yeah.
from the beginning of this podcast, we've talked about how a lot of bands will completely change their sound and say, "Oh no, we've just gotten better, we've just
Right.
matured," and you're like, "No, you just
Well, that's the whole
completely
like
changed."
asking Alexandria trait, right?
Yeah.
Like they're maturing. They have a matured sound. I hate that when people
Yeah.
say that they've matured out of like the metalcore phase or like
Yeah.
a screaming phase or whatever. And I like that's not right to say at all, because you see stuff like Spencer's vocals or like
Mhm.
Ollie Sykes' vocals, right?
Yeah.
And they've kept that heaviness,
Yeah.
or they're currently doing that heavy sound.
Yeah.
But their vocals are way different than what they were in the beginning, and you can actually see the matured voice.
And
in
you
it,
can
so.
you can hear the growth, and you can hear the years of practice,
Mhm.
right? I feel like our Trivium review, same thing, like
Yeah.
hearing
Matt
Heafy
yeah.
now versus when he was, I think the first song
14 or
was like,
something.
he was like 14 or 15 in the very
Yeah,
first song
same.
that we, like their oldest song that we've listened to, he was like 15. And so just like hearing that, like that's growth, that's
Yeah.
maturing,
Yeah, it is.
right? Like that's the band growing and maturing and even evolving. Well, thank you for sitting through the tangent. Thank you for joining us this evening. Check out the link in our bio for links to our social medias, information on our intro song, and links to the original music video, and also links to our merch shop, because we are closing in on 1,000 subscribers.
We might hit 1,000 before this video goes up. I don't know.
Well, if we've already hit 1,000 subscribers, look at what you missed out on.
Yep.
This mug will be gone.
Sorry, guys.
But also a super easy way to support our channel and help us out is liking and subscribing and sharing our videos with your other metalhead friends. Thank you for all of your support thus far. And we look forward to putting out some pretty rad stuff for you in the future. Bye.